Hi everyone, and welcome to Bassman Studio. Now, as a special treat in this video, I decided to talk about my lithographs and the lithographic process. Recently, I've been doing editions of my Cleopatra lithograph, and I've already done several versions of this lithograph, several editions. And today I'm going to show you a video of the process, what we call Chine colle in printmaking, which is printing on a very, very delicate piece of paper. In this case, I will be printing on handmade gold paper, or gold color paper. It's a very delicate and very time-consuming process, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm happy to share this video with you. Now, I do have a video that I'm working on currently, which is the Botticelli's painting of Venus, and that third and final part will come out very soon. So in the interim, I am putting this video up so you can see the printmaking process for those interested in lithography. Now, I've been doing lithography for about 10 years or so, and so far I've done many prints, including a large mermaid painting that I created. I did several versions of this mermaid painting and even added some gold leaf to a few editions. I've also added color, and this is something you could do beautifully in printmaking, to this image. I've also done images of Greek mythology, such as an image of Perseus and an image of Perseus and Andromeda. The Perseus and Andromeda print that I did is quite large. They're all about the same size and drawn on stone. Now, the stone lithography process that I practice is one where you draw on stone and you etch the stone, and after you etch the stone, you print it. And that's a very short version of this process. It's actually quite long, but it's quite beautiful, and you get very deep, dark blacks when you print. And as I said, you could also work in color. So I encourage you to try it if you are interested in printmaking. It's a beautiful form of expression. And as I said, you can get some very beautiful images from it. So sit back and relax, and let's start this new video from Bassman Studio. And here I am with master printmaker Tomomi Ono as we apply glue to the handmade gold paper. And you can see I'm working in one direction, being very gentle because the paper is extremely delicate. So what you want to do is you want to do it very, not too slowly, but semi-slowly, and apply the glue very thinly. But the paper is very delicate, so you just don't want it to wrinkle or break, which can happen. And you just apply it. It's almost very watery, the glue. It's not very thick. And you don't want to be too slow because the glue will dry. And you can see it's very easily, it could create a problem if you're too quick because the paper could wrinkle. And you just want to get into every corner and in every area, because it will adhere to the paper once we put it on. And if you're too slow, the glue will dry. So working kind of fast, but not too fast. If you go too fast, you'll rip the paper very easily. And while it's still wet, we will apply it to the paper, to the printmaking paper. And this happens to be very delicate, beautiful handmade paper from Taiwan. And anxious to see how it will turn out, actually. So printmaking is always a surprise. And here we are. Now we're going to put the glue and adhere it and put it onto the stone, the actual stone, but we're putting it so that the glue is facing upward. And doing it by yourself is extremely difficult, especially on a stone this size. So I have my instructor, Tomomi Ono, helping me put the paper on my stone very carefully. You want to make sure that the paper is covering the entire image. And just very delicately placing it onto the stone and trying to make sure there's no wrinkles. And the next step is actually placing the printmaking paper onto the paper that we just adhered glue to. So very carefully, as you can see how slow we're working, making sure that everything is centered. And you just gently lay down the paper. And the press has already been set. And now we're just going to run it through the press. This is always the nervous part, where you're running it through the press. And once you start, you can't stop, so you have to just go right through. And just pray that everything worked out very well. And we pull it out and we just lift up. Very carefully, we lift up the paper. And here's the moment of truth as we pull the print from the stone. And you just go very slowly. You just do not want to do this fast, because again, the paper is extremely delicate and it's still wet. If you go too fast, you could rip the paper. We just don't want to do that. So you can see it printed very well, very dark. And gently take it off the press, and there we have it. Our Chine colle print on gold paper. And here's our Chine colle print. And now we're just going to store it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video from Bassman Studio. And remember that the third part of the three-part series of me copying Botticelli's Birth of Venus will be out very shortly. And I hope this video encouraged you to create prints of your own, to try lithography or any other form of printmaking. It's quite enjoyable, and you can produce some beautiful images. And remember, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. For those who have subscribed, thank you very much. And again, any questions or comments, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And any comments, please leave them in the comment section, as I mentioned. So remember, go out there, create some great work. Don't let fear stop you from being an amazing creative artist. And I will see you next time on Bassman Studio. Have an amazing day, everyone.